Hey awesome ones, I'm Heather.
And I'm Bill.
And we actually stumbled upon a new way to grocery shop.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. It's a healthier way to grocery shop. We're eating healthier. We have a lot less spoilage. And
we're going to show it to you in just a few seconds.
So the one thing that we found, Bill, is we found that really old habits, they really die hard, and especially even when you're going grocery shopping. We were still shopping the same way that we used to do when we had 4 kids at home. We would go to the big grocery store and make sure that we shopped the frozen food aisle and buy all that kind of processed food, and we would buy for 7 or 10 days at a time.
And half the time or more, it'd go bad.
For sure, because you can't buy anymore for 10 days solid. But when you had the 4 kids in the home, it just seems like, even though we were supposed to buy fresh vegetables, we'd use the frozen peas or the frozen corn, but we changed all that. But let's see the kind of stores that we were shopping at before we made the big change. So here we are you've probably seen these big grocery stores with just so much, and you're looking at everything here. You're probably buying more sweets. There's more baked goods. Over here, look at the frozen food aisle. I mean, it's so easy just to say, I'm going to have a busy week. I think I'm just going to grab some chicken wings and I'm going to buy a frozen lasagna. And you don't eat fresh anymore. And if you look at the dates on these, I mean, they go for like another 3 years. So you have to ask yourself, what kind of preservatives are in there? And then, there's other sections as well where you have to shop. I mean, we have to get the paper towels and toilet paper and all of that sort of thing because they just don't have them in the smaller stores. And again, hey, shampoo. Well, of course, I don't buy my shampoo from the grocery store, but all kinds of hand soaps and deodorants, anything health-wise, we've got to sort of stay shopping at these stores, but have the good stuff already in our cart at the other one. And of course, the lineups.
Whoa. But then, you know what? We discovered the organic food store.
Yeah, actually our daughter said, why aren't you shopping a little better and eating a little healthier? And she's a real health nut. Yeah. So we said, oh, what the heck, let's appease her and go to this store. Oh my gosh. This store that we found is incredible. I mean, we are now only shopping for 3 days at a time. Mm-hmm. The vegetables even taste better, these organic vegetables.
Oh, they taste much better, much better.
And, we still buy meat and that sort of thing. The meat is really more like a little butcher shop, and they hardly even have a frozen food section.
I think they get fresher food. You might find this too. I think they get fresher, better quality meats and vegetables in these stores.
I'm not too sure, but I think that one of the things that they talk about is they say that it's mostly locally grown, so that's a nice thing too. In the peach season, you're getting fresh peaches and tomatoes in tomato season, so they're really going a little bit more local. But let's take a look at this store that we found. Here we go. We're into one of those larger grocery stores that has a lot of organic foods. And one of the things you'll notice is the fruits and vegetables section are really, one of the biggest sections that they have in the whole store. And you can get, that's apple cider we just saw. We see pre-cut fruits there. And what I love about the vegetables and the fruit, a lot of it is locally grown. So we're also, we're eating better, we're eating healthier, but we're also helping out the local farmers, and that's always a good thing. Taking a look at an apple a day, look at all the different kinds of apples that they have here. So also, I really like to have fresh cilantro and basil. And here's some little, fresh cilantro, basil. It's all organic. And that's nice to have on hand when you're cooking as well. So let's check out some other areas here in this store. Oh, Now, if you don't want to buy a little potted basil, you can always get these. And the cheeses, again, oh my gosh, they are so lovely. And there's all different types. Shop the world here in the cheese section. It's just absolutely wonderful. The meat section, again, they've got a real butcher there, and I really like these shrimps. There's some shrimps here that we always get, and they're absolutely delicious and great for the barbecue. Also, again, organic. If you look at a lot of the food here, you see organic everywhere, and that means that we don't have, a lot of those things in our food that we don't want. Also organic peanut butter. Well, this is almond butter, and lots of it. I mean, I just have so much fun in this store, just looking at all the different pumpkin butter. Well, also we have areas here where we have some organic coffee, if you can believe organic coffee, right for the picking, and that's going to be delicious. And the bakery. Well, sometimes I have a hard time getting Bill out of the bakery section because there's so much here, but it's good food, like an apple pie. Why not? That's not the worst thing that you can have for dessert. So looking at other things too are the soups. Fresh made soup. How handy is that on one of those days where you just don't want to cook? And some of these soups that they have, they're just a meal in themselves. And again, their little salad bar. I haven't seen anything like it in any other store. All the different colors, all the different vegetables, they just look so delicious, and they are. Now you're probably saying to yourself, 3 days, what did they go shopping every 3 days? And no, we don't, because right about a block away from where we live is this cute little mom and pop shop.
Yeah, and I was saying to Heather, I love to walk. So here I am, I'm doing exercise and I'm eating better.
and I remember when we saw this little mom and pop shop, they've got a little butcher shop in there. Mm-hmm. They have, all kinds of fresh vegetables. It's really, really a nice little place, but the prices were high. And so we kind of went, I think I'd rather go to the grocery store. But in the long run,
we're saving because we're not throwing stuff out. We're kind of eating on demand. You've always heard of watching movies on demand, right? Well, we're eating on demand because some days we might have our third day all picked out what we're going to eat, but maybe during the day we feel, geez, we feel like something else to eat today. Okay, let's go for a little walk over to our mom and pa store. And I don't know, I just love it.
Let's take a look at that little mom and pop store that they're all over the place. Let's see what it looks like. This is about only a 15-minute, maybe even a 5-minute walk to think about it from our home. And as you can see, we don't have to buy groceries, or at least vegetables, that last us for 10 days. We can just go and grab something fresh here. We didn't really want to go inside the store too much, but inside the store they have a beautiful array of salads and freshly prepared food and bread and so many things, and it's so local, it's so handy. Instead of takeout now too, we just go for this kind of food. It's absolutely delicious. So it's really interesting. I mean, my daughter was talking about this, but then I was talking to this fellow, and I don't know how we got talking about groceries, but anyway, he said to me, "Oh, you're doing the Mediterranean way of grocery shopping." And I don't know, maybe it's because we went to Europe in the springtime.
I don't know.
But what he said is you're doing and I thought to myself, hey, let's look that up and see what the Mediterranean way of shopping is like. And this is what it says here. I Googled it. Eat vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, legumes, potatoes, whole grains, breads, herbs, spices, fish, seafood, and extra virgin olive oil. Eat in moderation, poultry, eggs, cheese, and yogurt. Don't eat sugar sweetened beverages, added sugars, processed meat, refined grains, refined oils, and other highly processed foods. And you know what? I think
Heather, you had me at eat.
No, but really, that's pretty good advice.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems to me that when you do this Mediterranean way of shopping, which is just changing your habits, really.
True.
You automatically start to go for fresher as opposed to processed foods. So a little side note, though, about this great way to shop is these little stores, they don't have any paper towels, they don't have any toilet paper, they don't have any health goods. And so, well, you always really did the shopping of those items anyway. So tell them what you do, Bill.
What we do now, do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, Heather and I now have a system on our new routine. So I'll drop her off at the organic store, and then there's the main big chain grocery store is just about a 3-minute drive away. And I'll go in there, I'll get the paper towel, the TP, the PT, soap, detergent, all the items that we can't get at the organic store, which is just bakery and meat foods and vegetables. So yeah, I think we got a good team going there.
Yeah, and by the time he comes back with, we can always stock up on a lot of these things like paper towels. We don't have to do this all the time.
Correct.
We can always have them sort of there anyway. But we're finding it's by the time he gets back, I'm done, and it works out. It works out really quite well. So
love it. Oh, and Heather, another thing. Takeout. We're doing less and less takeout now, which is better.
and we're such busy people, and a lot of times we're doing filming, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, it's 6:30 already. We've got to get some takeout. But now what we do is we remember that little ma and pa shop has amazing homemade potato salad. They have homemade lasagna, cabbage rolls, and I'm like, okay, it's 6:30, we're done. Hop over to the mom and pop shop and let's get some cabbage rolls or lasagna, and they have fresh Caesar salads, and let's go that route. And it seems to be that our taste buds seem to be really off the fast, the burgers and fries.
Yeah, I was going to say the burgers and the fries and all the grease, and you start getting used to that, and it's just not good for you.
And I also think that this kind of shopping, it really works for everybody. It doesn't matter whether you're single or whether you're a couple, or maybe you still even have a kid or two at home. It really is a great way to eat. It's got the less spoilage, and we really care about you guys, and we want you to stay healthy and for a long, long time be one of the awesome ones.
And talking about awesome ones, why don't we go right now, get Little Hurricane, and talk about the other videos that are upcoming.
Sure. So here he is, our little Hurricane. Hey, Hurricane. I actually think that with the specialty dog food that this dog gets, he was eating better than we were. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk about the future videos that are coming up on this channel. And we have our 10 awesome finds. We've been doing them every year, and we've got some great things to show you. They will make great Christmas gifts for somebody else, or maybe even also for you. And we just went through a little bit of a situation, Bill and I. We are empty nesters, and we just had a big holiday, and we kind of felt empty. So we want to talk about that with you, but I forgot. But we did have our dog. But we want to talk about being empty nesters. So hopefully I don't get too emotional when I'm talking in that empty nester video. But hey, it's different when 4 kids can't make it to a special event, because they all live like 5 hours away. Well, except for one, but she was 5 hours away. She'd gone out of town.
Yeah, now they have, we have son-in-laws, and so they've got to split time between the families.
It's true, but we'll talk about that one in that video. Let's talk about the beauty and fashion video, lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And in the beauty and fashion video, hey, you guys really liked my unboxing video of the scarves. I'm so glad you enjoyed that.
I did too.
And what I really like about these unboxing videos is that you can actually purchase exactly what I'm showing you from Amazon, and so a lot of you are really happy about that. I'm doing more unboxing videos, so they will be coming up. But I did, you know, we want to maybe dress up for some parties coming up, or even office parties. So we were allowed to film at the most beautiful, it's over 100 years old,
Yeah,
this
it's
hotel.
over 100 years old.
Oh, it's amazing backdrop for a new video coming up on party outfits. And I mean, they're not all dresses, you know, I've got some pants in there as well. So that is coming up. And also, I'm trying a new lip product. I think I mentioned it to you. And it also is for the upper lip, you know, these nasty wrinkles that we get up here. So I'm trying that out. I'm going to try it out for a full 4 weeks for you and see if it works. So I really hope that this video maybe helps to inspire you to change your way of grocery shopping and eat less frozen, less processed food. And hey, you know, we are both actually eating kale right now. We have to mix it in a salad, but I never even wanted to try kale.
No.
I was just like, no. I would always say no, and now we're really enjoying it. It's a nice.
I love it.
Yeah, as long as it's mixed up in a salad.
It's like olives. Heather.
Yeah, exactly.
I love olives now.
and the weird thing is you do acquire a taste for olives, but the opposite kind of happens. I'm finding that my sweet tooth is really diminishing a little bit. And
well, you're talking to Mr. Sugar here.
yeah.
I've really cut down on my sugar, so I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like your sweet tooth is kind of, you know, diminishing a little bit, which isn't a bad thing, mind you. I still really, really like my dark chocolate, I have to say that.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be good for you.
Yeah,
right?
and you know, a little dessert here and there is fine, but those marshmallow chocolate cookies that you were you're way beyond that now, which is a good thing. So until we meet again, I really hope that you all, you know, maybe start thinking about eating a little healthier. I know a lot of you already are, but also when you shop this way, as we mentioned, you actually save money because you have a lot less spoilage, and also you're kind of keeping it awesome.
Keep it awesome.